Small Mouth Sounds takes place at a yoga retreat, where the characters all take a vow of silence for the duration of the play. Instead of through verbal communication, the characterization in this show needed to be visual through costumes. One of the main themes of the show is internal pain, and how pain prevents people from changing themselves and their circumstances. To convey this, my costume concept centered on a cyclical design. I wanted to create parallels between the way a character looked in their introduction and how they looked in their last scene. No matter what each of them may have learned over the course of the retreat, they remain stuck in old patterns. Ned, for instance, suffers from a traumatic brain injury. It's written in the script that he hides his head by never taking off a distinctive hat. I used a green beanie. It's worn in every scene to protect and hide himself. Over the course of the show, Ned develops a friendship with Rodney. They begin the play as rivals, but as they become close, Rodney gives Ned a leather bracelet. Although Ned leaves the retreat still wearing the hat and still stuck in a cycle of poverty due to his disability, the bracelet shows how important this brief intimacy with Rodney was to him. I tried to follow a similar pattern to this one with my costuming choices for each of the other characters. Rodney enters the retreat confident and arrogant in a vegan leather jacket with a broad shoulder and a masculine cut. He immediately enters into a flirtation with Alicia. He leaves the retreat with the same arrogance and the same jacket, but even after cheating on his wife, he seems to make a small recommitment to his marriage. He moves his wedding ring from where it began on a chain around his neck back to his ring finger. Of course, I didn't want to get repetitive with this concept of characters re-wearing their first outfit in their last scene. I designed Judy's costumes all around simple straight lines and grays, blacks, whites, and blues. Her development is visible instead through her hair. As she accepts a lack of control in her life, her hair falls out of a severe updo. She's wearing it completely down in the last scene. Her wife, Joan, also contributes to Judy's development. During a conflict in their relationship, Joan storms out of the retreat, leaving behind a white lacy wrap that Judy picks up and wears, before eventually returning it as a sign of their reconciliation. I gave replicas of the wrap to both the actors, so even though they weren't performing in the same room, it looked like they shared the same item. Although Judy would never wear lace, the wrap fits her color scheme. Even during a disagreement, the two characters' disparate styles were, in fact, compatible. Jan, the one character who does have a pivotal moment of change, never changes his clothes. He wears the same convertible cargo pants, socks, sandals, and hand-knit sweater throughout. But at the end of the show, alone on screen, he removes the glasses he's been wearing the whole time and seems to see something he's been missing. Through this interplay of subtle changes and parallels, I wanted each character's costume to speak in lieu of them speaking. Although none of them leave the retreat fundamentally altered, their costumes constantly hint towards the ever-present possibility of change.